What's up, YouTube and Podcast Nation? Welcome to the From Setbacks to Success channel. I'm your host, Quincy Benton, and guess what? I'm a felon. Not only have I served time in federal prison, but I've been divorced, I've declared bankruptcy, I've experienced a house fire. Some of you too, watching right now, have experienced or maybe currently experiencing some major setbacks in your lives as well. But I want you to know that there is hope and there's a way for you to get through this. Through the content that you'll find on this channel, you'll get tips and success strategies that'll help you get back in the game and succeed. If this sounds like content you would be interested in, please smash the like button, press the subscribe button. Also, please share this video with someone that you know who might be formerly incarcerated. Again, I would love to have you as a part of my community. So one of the things that I'm doing is I've been working with a lot of people, felons, men and women who are getting freshly released out of prison. And what I'm finding, because one of the things that I've been also doing is I, kind of been working on a side business where I do credit repair, credit coaching, and credit building. And so I've been able to help quite a few people who have been formerly incarcerated, get to, not having any credit score, or maybe having a very low credit score for 495, 500 credit score, and taking them to getting a 700 credit score, and even beyond that, coaching them how to get high limit credit cards, $25,000 limit credit cards, $15,000 limit credit cards, etc. And so, but the first step before you get those credit cards would be to get your credit in order. From working with, various people in this area and coaching them to those, high 700 credit scores and getting those high limit credit cards, I came with 3 tips, specifically for men and women who've been formerly incarcerated that I think will be very helpful in helping you get a 700 credit score too. Let's go with tip number 1. First thing that you're going to need to do is, if you don't already have an account, go to Credit Karma, as well as go to annualcreditreport.com. These 2 sources are going to help you first understand what your credit profile is currently. And so, why is that important? One, I know there's a lot of debate. People talk about, how, Credit Karma scores, they give you what they call the Vantage scores, are not accurate credit scores, which is absolutely correct. Most people or most institutions, bank institutions, will use sources, credit scores, such as the FICO credit score in most cases. But what Credit Karma can do in annualcreditreport.com, these are free sources that'll help you at least figure out what's on your credit right now and what things might need to be addressed to that might need to be repaired or fixed in order to get corrected, in order to apply for these high limit credit cards that I'm going to be speaking of in another video. Let's start there, and then find out what are the things that are the problems. If you have collections, you got bankruptcies, evictions, you need to know what those things are first and foremost. And if you decide to work with someone like me or someone at our team who does credit repair, then this will give us an idea of what exactly are the issues that you need to address first. Now, with a lot of us who've been formerly incarcerated, depending on how long you've been down, you probably don't have any credit. You might have you don't even have a credit profile, which in most cases is the best scenario, is the best case scenario. Not having any credit is better than having a negative credit with a bunch of different things that need to be fixed. Because really, if you don't have any credit, all you got to do is build it from there, which is very easy to do. It can happen very quickly, 2, 3, 4 months, in most cases you can get your credit score built out, and we're going to talk about that next. But again, tip number 1, go to those 2 sources, get those accounts, know what's on your credit report, then we can work from there. Tip number 2 to get a 700 credit score is get all the, again, negative items removed from your credit report. Kind of talked about that. That's removing all bankruptcies, evictions, collections. Also, if you have a high number of inquiries on there, we want to get those removed, as many of those as that we can, in the credit repair process. So when we get all those things cleaned up and removed, then all we got to do is build from there. So that's number 2. And again, if you're going to might need some assistance, if you know that you have things that you need removed, again, I'll have a link in the description right here. If you want to contact us, we can assist you with those things as well. And so tip number 3, last tip that I'm going to give you today. This is once you know that your credit is clean now, you got the majority of the negative items removed, or you didn't have any negative items and all you need to do is build. That's, this step is going to focus on building your credit score to that 700 plus credit score level on all 3 credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. And so here's the game with this, and I'm going to give you, different sources here that you need to implement. And I've seen this happen countless times with the clients that I've worked with personally. This is the secret sauce that'll help you get, that 700 credit score in a very quick time. So the first one is going to be start a Chime account. Now I know many people are familiar with Chime. It's kind of no secret, but if you've never heard of Chime, I'll have a link in the description for you to do that. Chime is an excellent source that will help you build credit when you have no credit, and it is very inexpensive for you to work with Chime to do that. So that would be tip number 1. Tip number 2 here in building your credit is going to be to start a self account. Self is another credit building service. I've seen when you put Chime and Self together on a credit report, you'll start seeing your scores start to build. Very excellent sources, easy sources for you to get started on to start building your credit. After that, and I think this is really the key, a super big key that's going to give, that I've seen in so many ways help so many people, get their credit scores boosted, is going to be the authorized user. In a lot of cases, or in some places, they call it piggybacking. Now, an authorized user basically just is someone who has a credit card already, has the ability with most credit card companies to add someone to their account. You're authorizing them to use your credit card or to be issued a credit card to be used with your credit limit on your account. Now, with an authorized user, when you're added to that person's account as an authorized user, you also get the benefit of their credit history. And so when you don't have any credit, getting that positive credit history from someone else who's had a credit card, preferably, a credit card that has a high limit. If not a high limit, it has and when I say high limit, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 limit. But if they don't have a high limit, they have something like a $1,500, $3,000 credit limit. But most importantly, they have a long credit history with positive payment history, meaning no 30-day lates, no 60-day lates, no 90, 120-day lates. They've always been on time with this credit card. Again, they had a long amount of time. I would say at least 3 to 5 years would be beneficial. But if you could find someone who's had a credit card 10, 15, 25 years, that would be amazing card to be added as an authorized user on. And the other thing is that you want to make sure that person has a credit card that they keep a small balance. So if they have a $10,000 limit credit card, the balance on that credit card is typically the balance that they typically carry from month to month is from 0 to 10%, meaning if on $10,000 they either pay it off every single month, or they don't even use the credit card, or the most that they keep on a running balance on that card is about $1,000 or less. So that's a good rule of thumb. If you can find someone who'd be willing to do it, in most cases, adding someone, as an authorized user doesn't cost that person anything to do. In some cases, people, will charge, something, for that, right to be carried as an authorized user. But at the end of the day, the main thing that you're looking for is to find someone with, again, has a credit card a long time, carries a very small balance, and it has not, missed any payments on that credit card since they've had it. If you can get added to 1, 2, 3 of those cards, you'll find that your credit score would be easily in the 700s, probably 750 all the way up to, I've seen as high as a 793 credit score just from being added on authorized user, good standing authorized user, as an authorized user on good standing credit cards. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope this episode of From Setbacks to Success, gave you real tips and real value. Again, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Please join my private Facebook group if you want more information or you want to know how you can reach out to us directly if you're needing some assistance and you wanted to have someone to help you in getting your credit score and your life back on track.